What is up, people? This is the Vinyl Casket, home to the lamest taste. You check me out on Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok, all at one word, the Vinyl Casket, where you can subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the bell for much, much more. We are doing another Casket book review. This is on, as if you haven't been paying attention to my channel, I've been on a huge Sanderson kick, and I probably will be for the rest of the year. This is my review on Tress of the Emerald Sea. I love this book. Let's just start off with 100% biased right now. It's going to be a good review. I love this book. If you want to see what I'm reading next, it's Warbreaker. This is the UK edition. I love this book. This book was part of the his secret, what is it, his secret projects. This was released, I believe, in 2023. It is one of his shorter books. It is a little under 400 pages, or around 400 pages. I love this book. I think it is incredible. I love the setting. I love the world. I like everything about this. This is narrated by Hoid. And I think this is like a perfect book. Short chapters, great pacing, incredible references, use of description. There was at 0 point was I bored. There was parts where I was like, oh, is there going to be action? And there was. And I just feel like there was no point where it just kind of all of a sudden started flying. It was consistently satisfactory and satisfying from start to finish. There's obviously things that are like, I wish they would explain more, or I'm like, I have questions at the end, but I feel like obviously in a world where there could always be a sequel, we could always see these characters again, I think it's fine. Starting off here, if you're wondering, if you haven't watched any of my videos and you're just tuning in now, at this point of this video, it is April of 2025. I have read all three of Era 1 of Mistborn. I have read Elantris, and now this is my latest one, and I'm currently about 200 pages into Warbreaker. What chapter am I? I'm in the middle of a chapter. That is not something I like to do. I am in the middle of chapter 19 of Warbreaker. So that's how much knowledge I had going into this. And I feel like, at least to enjoy a lot of the references, you don't necessarily need to have read any Stormlight yet, but I feel like Mistborn Era 1 and Elantris helped a lot, because spoiler, the big bad sorceress at the end of the book is an Elantrian. Don't know how that makes sense, because I thought all the Elantrians were dead, like the original ones, but apparently they're out doing something in space. There's some surviving Elantrians. That's sick. And you have Hoid, you have this doctor guy, Oolong, or whatever his name is. He is apparently a Khandra. That was nuts. They teased something for the Era 3 or something. Apparently the Khandras get free and now they act weird. That's sick. Yeah, I love how this is a world where there's like 13 moons and there's aether spores pouring out of the moons. So the stuff that creates shards and stuff and all that connected mumbo jumbo, there's stuff flying out of the moons and creating all these different seas around the planet. And they're not actual like water seas. They are oceans made out of these spores, these aether spores. And there's, because of how they filled up, I guess, on existing water or something, there's bubbling, and that allows ships to move because the spores are constantly moving because it's bubbling. But at any given time, they can just stop and then start again. But then people are just stuck there. And the problem is when you add water to these spores, the different colored seas, the different colored spores have different effects. So you're in the Verde Sea, which is the green spores, and they, when added to water, starts crazy vines and plants start growing everywhere. It's nuts, right? The blue ones cause bursts of air. There's pink ones that create crystals. There's red ones that giant spiked things. The Nightmare Sea, which is black, that create these crazy nightmare creatures that you can control by like using some magical connection. There's also the sun ones, the yellow ones that cause like bursts of heat and light. Really cool system here, and very cool travel system. It's basically a pirate book because the main character becomes a pirate on her journey to free the man that she's in love with. So it's a love story. It is really cool. It's like the Princess Bride, but pirates and in this weird planet, right? Super cool. I love everything about it. I love Tress. I love how her love interest is actually the rat that's with her the whole time. So that was a whole plot device that I really enjoyed and didn't see coming. Yeah, and I like the whole crew that she basically happens, and like what happens with their life and how it impacts everything. The sorceress stuff, her island having a tower that was actually a spaceship, which was nuts. I really enjoyed all these different things. There was mention of awakening and this and that. And now that I'm reading Warbreaker, I'm getting all sorts of information from this now. So I feel like this is a perfect book to read before Stormlight, because I don't think you need to know the stuff in Stormlight, but I suggest Elantris, Warbreaker, and Mistborn Era 1 are good things to read before this book. But I feel like even standalone, this is a good book. Lots of crazy references, though, which are enjoyable once you know what they're talking about. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of this book. I really did enjoy it, and I had a blast. I hope I probably spoiled a bunch, and I hope I didn't talk too much. But yeah, from start to finish, this is a 5 out of 5 book. I would recommend it highly to anyone. I love everything. There's also a giant dragon under the sea. In the Crimson Sea? Yeah, in the Crimson Sea, there's a giant dragon. My one complaint is that there's no map in this book. Every Sanderson book I've read so far has a map. This doesn't, and it's a pirate book. It's a pirate story, and there's no map? Like, that's a little weird. That's my one complaint. That, and the fact that the encounter with the dragon went so quickly and felt so, like, such a build-up to that point, and then it was like, okay, trade, okay, bye. Like, that was like a very fast interaction for a very big buildup. But I feel like the whole sequence that followed with the sorceress was very satisfactory. So I feel like it kind of balanced out. Besides that, I really liked the narration. I feel like Hoid narrating this book and then also being cursed in the book was a really good writing mechanic that helped this book like just flourish. But yeah, Tress of the Emerald Sea, highly recommend. 5 out of 5. Pick it up, read it, get in the comments. Did you like it? Did you not? It's my favorite book. I think this beat out Hero of Ages as my favorite book so far. A huge fan. Stay tuned, guys, for the review of Warbreaker. I didn't really like the beginning, but now I'm starting to really get into it. So I'll probably have a very, very nice review about this soon. With that being said, guys, this is the Violent Casket, home to Layman's Taste. You can check me out on Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok, where you subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the bell for much more. So do me a massive favor and stay lame.